Okay, so today we're out here in Sandy and we're taking a look at a property that's got a plethora of problems. Right here you've got these patches of wide blade grass. The solution for that is to dig it out and dig it out deep and beyond where it's grown, and then add in, like 6 inches of new soil and some Kentucky bluegrass sod. Because there's not a herbicide on the market that kills just the grass that you hate and leaves the grass that you love, then you're stuck with these wide blade grasses that are indesirable until you dig them out or pull them by hand. And as it grows back, you have to dig it out because it will grow back because it's got roots under the sidewalk and stuff. You might even want to spray the whole area and kill it off with herbicide, like a glyphosate, and then you can wait a little while and start over with that. And then as you carry on into this property, another thing that's going on over here are all these patches, which I think have to do a little bit with the sprinklers, but also the type of grass that's growing in here. And you can see they've got another huge patch of that wide blade grass stuff that's really here to stay unless you power rake it at the right time of year, dig it out, overseed, and you really have to put a lot of effort into getting rid of those wide blade grasses when they come out into your yard. You dig them out by hand, all sorts of different things, and try and get it to not be able to photosynthesize as your new stuff comes in. So another issue that we have on this property is that it's on a slope. It's not much of a slope, but if you overwater your slope side, what happens is you get these deep canyons, and then the water just kind of continues to run through those, and you create all these little canyons, and then get patchy grass growing that is up higher, and then the water just runs around. So if you ever have a slope like this, you can only water for like 5 minutes and then wait 30, and 5 minutes and wait 30, and 5 minutes and wait 30. Another issue that's going on here is it kind of looks like maybe there was a tree here and they dug out the tree, but maybe the stump is still underneath that. It's kind of peculiar to me. It is raised up above everything, so I don't know if this is like the trunk flare right here, and then maybe there was a tree. Continuing on with another thing I'm noticing about this property is that this grass is a fine fescue, and a lot of times it doesn't do as well in the heat, and it kind of grows in these clumps, kind of like your ornamental blue fescue does. So what you really want to do is when this stuff goes dormant, you want to power rake the crap out of it and just really try to make it go away, scalp it down super short. And then you come in here with sand and soil and seed and do some leveling, and you put in a more desirable grass that's like perennial rye that you can actually get to germinate, unlike Kentucky blue, which takes 4 to 6 weeks to germinate. You don't even want to deal with that as a seed. Another thing I think too is like if you have these bigger dry spots, kind of like right through here and here, and as we walk over here, the grass kind of turns over to Kentucky blue or perennial rye right here, and it starts looking a little better. It's got clover in it too. And actually this is spotted spurge or creeping spurge. This stuff is nasty during this time of year, but it looks like they've had a herbicide team out here to work on that, because I can see the underleaves and it's kind of turning brown, but nonetheless hasn't done enough to really stay on top of it. And then right here, I'm almost guaranteeing that these two spots are poor sprinkler coverage. As you come over here, again, sprinklers. Looks to me like this head is tipped out just a little bit. It'd be nice if it were up here against the wall and kind of was overspraying out onto the curb a little bit to make sure that it was getting this edge. Right here you can see that that head is pretty much responsible for that area. And so we've got all sorts of things: sprinklers, clover, spurge, fine fescue growing in the sun. Kind of likes the shade more. And then another thing about the fescue, if you look at this, you have to cut it super short, because once it gets tall, it just lays down like that, and people don't like that look. Another thing you could do is not mow it at all. So if your whole lawn was this, you could just, let it lay down, and you could barely even have to mow it at all. Just let it be long. Once a year, go out and rake it, kind of keep it from ruining itself, but don't really want to grow that in full sun on a south facing side. So we're gonna see what these people go for, build them a bid, see if we can get this stuff dialed in for these guys.